Hi, good morning from the Pimenta. I'm Jacob Matthew from the Pimenta, who is running a cooking holidays for last 2 decades in this beautiful part of Kerala, which is just 50 kilometers from the airport, growing spices and fruit trees around me. So I'm starting in a Pimenta experience, a new series on Instagram, which features on cookbooks like this, like a reference books, and also food related articles, or even cooking instruments special to this region, and also the ingredients one by one. So today I decided to feature in this series to start with a cookbook by Ms. Thankam Philip, who is a great stalwart in the Indian culinary area. She was the professor emeritus or principal emeritus of the Bombay's or India's prestigious cooking school called Bombay Institute of Hotel Management, and she wonderfully describes in this book the Indian cuisine, in which other books has not able to do so far. How I found this book was in search of looking for a recipe for carrot halwa or gajar halwa, comparing different books. I found this book has got the very small number of ingredients, and the result was great. And one of the wonderful things about this book is she's very precise in how much you have to use. Very clear cut instructions, though it doesn't has any pictures, and it is just cost 45 rupees, and it is published by the Disha books. I'm worried, I don't know whether they have plenty of copies available to buy, but soon they will be having Kindle editions. I'll be posting the link of this book on the description thing. So coming back to this book, they have a beautiful introduction, or she has beautifully introduced this Indian cuisine through this book. She says the food in other parts of the world has been influenced by the geography, history, religion, customs, economics, and agriculture of the land. In this vast country, food flavors and food habits vary from region to region. However, over the centuries, certain influences have had a major and lasting impact on Indian cuisine. She says a wonderful example of the Buddhism and the Jainism for the start of the principle of ahimsa, and how the vegetarianism evolved here. The same way she describes about the food cooked by the Muslims, the meat, the basically on the meat, and also on the poultry, and also the fish from the Kerala and Goa. So every region is being represented in this book. It's beautiful, and also the every each minor ingredients. She has said that how many milliliters, how many teaspoon, and how many grams. So there is no question of any getting any mistake. She never says a cup measurement in this. So you don't have to doubt, which cup, standard cup, European cup, French cup, or American cup. Nothing, you don't have to worry about it. So we'll also see that this book is also divided into sections, which is also very interesting. She has described, she has classified this book into like the beautiful classification is cereals, which she says about how the rice is cooked, how the wheat is cooked, and the dals, which is the strong backbone of the Indian cuisine. But she don't put so many recipes of dal. She put the very important or very interesting recipes of the dals. Then she has got a wonderful vegetable section. Then she has got an egg section. Then she has a fish, meat, and poultry, sweet, snacks, pickles, and the index of recipes. The wonderful things of her snacks. She also writes about the different chutneys go along with those snacks, which is very good. So if you think that you can make a good selection of a meal, I would rather suggest from this you can make a yellow rice. Then you can make a dal. If you can have a simple dal, which is the dal fry. Then you have the choice of going for a ginger curry from the vegetable section. Then if you want to make a bagare bangan, that's like the smoked aubergine, and like a skin removed and mashed into the thing. Then if you want to make like a what do you call it, like a dessert or a recipe, you can think about like the famous carrot halwa. It's very interesting. She has only like one, two, three, four, five, and six ingredients. It's simple. Says carrots, sugar, milk, cardamom, hydrogenated fat or clarified butter, dried fruits and nuts. So that gives like a lot of opportunities or a lot of things for like a chef or a cook to vary this. Before concluding this, I would like to bring to your attention one of the reasons why I appreciate this author is. Once I had a strange request from a guest. He wants to cook like a malai kofta here. And interestingly, I just took her book, this one, and she has like a book called Modern Cookery, which lists like almost all the recipes which like the hotels and the homes cook. But I didn't find a recipe for the malai kofta in that book. So that made me to just go into deep what is happening here. Then I gathered like almost every book. Then I found like all these recipes has got mashed potatoes in that. And then finally I found like an India 2 kilogram, a book by one of our India's political scientists coming into the culinary scene, Dr. Pushpesh Pant. He has beautifully done a recipe having more than 20 ingredients. And then I found the reason. If she is going to give that recipe in any of her books, none of her students will make that thing happen in a restaurant, which is impossible. So that also gave me an insight. Some of the best cuisine of India is not happening at the restaurants. It is still happening at homes or in festive season or in like in festivities, people who have time and think for that. So signing off today, I'll be coming again with more books and more things. So this being my first thing, just kindly ignore if anything like unwanted came in, and also you're welcome to put your suggestions, and you can mail me at haridafarms@gmail.com in which areas you would like to hear my talks. Thank you. Bye.